It's not every day Ubiquiti releases a new product, never mind for the living room, but today is such a special occasion. For the sharp-eyed folks amongst you, you may have already noticed the brand new Ubiquiti Power Amp over my shoulder here, because yes, I was so excited to get it unboxed, I completely forgot to hit the record button when I did the unboxing video, so I'm going to have to go through that now and show it to you again, but I have been using it up on the shelf here for quite some time and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. Let's get it down so that I can show it to you. This is the brand new Ubiquiti Power Amp, and today I'm going to be setting it up out in the open, as you can see. Stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to be installing it in a rack to connect to a bunch of overhead speakers. Back to the device, on the front you have a touch screen with a sort of round knob interface. This is for controlling the volume. The touch screen is like Ubiquiti, like normal, can control certain elements of the settings. On the top is a Ubiquiti logo, on the sides is nothing, and on the back is some interesting feature sets. Now you'll notice that there are 2 gigabit Ethernet ports on the back here, and the reason for this is because you can daisy chain these devices if you have one network connection and several of these audio sources to connect. You can connect them into each other instead of putting in a switch. Now yes, of course you could put in a switch, but it's nice that they gave us the option, especially because a lot of these are going in and taking the place of existing infrastructure and swapping it for something that you may have had in the rack for a while. Continuing along the back, you have 2 speaker terminal outputs with 2 custom designed banana plugs included, which I'll show you in a moment, 1 RCA analog subwoofer output, 2 RCA analog inputs for left and right channels, 1 HDMI eARC input with immersive spatial sound powered by Dolby Atmos, and on the front, as I mentioned before, is a 1.43-inch rotary knob with a touchscreen. One thing to note on this, I have to stop filming at sunset. One thing to note on this is that you don't need existing Ubiquiti infrastructure in order to make this work. This is a standalone solution, connects with your phone via Bluetooth and connects to the Wi-Fi or connects over Ethernet. You don't need to have other Ubiquiti network, host, hardware, etc., any of that. This is its own standalone device. For the purpose of this review, I'm going to be connecting it to my existing Onkyo speakers, which I have up on the shelf there. And this is the custom designed banana plug that I mentioned before, already plugged into my existing cable. You'll notice there are red and black dots on the back there. And that connects quite nicely into the back of the unit, just like so. Let's get it up on the shelf so it starts booting and I can set it up, and then we'll continue to talk about some more of the features. While that boots up, I'm going to take the opportunity to tell you about the sponsor of this video, MoveBot. MoveBot is a wonderful solution for moving your files from on-prem into the cloud or between clouds with minimal effort. Their system makes it super simple to connect your file storage setups, select the files that you want to move over, and press start. You are even able to monitor the migration as it goes and even do a test migration in the beginning to make sure that the folders are mapped exactly where they're supposed to go, and watch on the dashboard while the migration is happening to see that all of the files and folders are going exactly where they're supposed to be, and monitor for any errors or issues with the migration. They've been a longtime partner of this channel, and I am hugely appreciative of them for being a sponsor, so please go check them out, movebot.io, today. All right, ready for setup. One thing to note is that you're going to need the new UniFi Play app downloaded onto your phone, which when you first open it up looks like this, and is now searching for devices, has picked up on the new device, the UniFi Power Amp. I'm going to hit setup, 1 device detected, wireless password. So now you can all hack into my house. And we're going to give that a minute to finish getting set up and connected to the Wi-Fi. Yes, of course, you can do this connected to Ethernet, but I don't have any Ethernet there, but I do have pretty good Wi-Fi here, so we're going to utilize that. Going to hit done. Now, I've already been playing with this and have done all of the updates, so there shouldn't be any updates here, but I'll give you a quick walk through the interface. Up on the top here, you have your volume slider, which I don't think you can see it, but it is changing up on the screen over there behind me. You have your audio source, which you can choose from streaming, HDMI, eARC, or line in, and a little tooltip here that gives you a great animation of what's supposed to be plugged in where and how. And for each of these, what you are supposed to do. This is actually a very nice addition. I didn't see this when I first set it up. Next, you'll see it is Dolby Atmos setup. You've got your equalizer here. You can do it custom, or you can choose music, movie, or night mode. Night mode, I would imagine, dims everything down, dulls everything down a little bit. And you have dynamic boost, which it tells us boosts the low and the high frequencies to meet the ear's sensitivity changes during low volume listening, which is always a nice touch. You can set your balance if you want to be more right or left, then you're able to do that here. And you can do it in stereo or mono. You are able to have a persistent dashboard, which ensures that the dashboard screen remains uninterrupted on the display during streaming sessions. You can, of course, change the screen brightness, the ring brightness, and the color. Let's change it over to a green there. Matches the dragon right behind it. Then, of course, you can locate, restart, and remove. If you hit locate, it starts playing a sound over the speakers, as well as flashing the LED and putting a U, Ubiquiti's logo, up on the screen. That's impressive. I can hear that coming from over there. Very nice. I'm going to stop locating. Then, of course, you have restart and remove, which we're not going to do any of that. Okay, now for the big test, I'm going to go over to Spotify. I'm going to have to put some royalty-free music here because Rush doesn't let me monetize, but I'm going to rock out to Rush over here. I'm going to select PowerAmp, and very nice. Now I can, on the computer, control the volume directly from here. If I hit the volume on my phone, it brings up the PowerAmp volume indicator, which I can change it through here. And it does change it on the screen there behind me. And it does change it on the screen there behind me. Or I can go back to the app. You'll see it updated with the Spotify interface showing that I'm playing my favorite band, Rush. And you can change the volume right here in the back. If you have multiple speaker zones, you can create groups of power amps, up to 32 of them, and an unlimited number of groups. The power amp is capable of up to 130 watts per channel at 8 ohms, or 260 watts per channel at 4 ohms. The Ubiquiti Power Amp costs $5.99 and is available today in both black and white. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go listen to some music.